So who is Sung Il-hwan? If you watched episode 3, you know that he is Sung Jin-Woo's daddy. He is an S-rank hunter from Korea, and he just so happened to get trapped in a gate for over 10 years, causing him to go missing. And before Sung Jin-Woo's dad was a hunter, he was originally a firefighter. And when the existence of magical beasts were first discovered, he quit his job and became one of the first hunters. And he was also one of Korea's first S-rank hunters. But during this time, the ranking system wasn't fully complete yet, so he never really got to see the fruits of his labor being an S-rank hunter. But like I said earlier, he was trapped in a gate for over 10 years. He was pretty much presumed dead, and he almost died of starvation and dehydration until the rulers found him. And the rulers are an ancient race of angelic warriors created by the absolute being. They are also the arch nemesis of the Monarchs. But once the rulers found him, they granted him some of their power. They entrusted him with the mission of assassinating the new Shadow Monarch, who was set to be born relatively soon. And since he had no way of getting back home, he had to accept their offer. Now that we got a little history and backstory out the way, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what we really wanted to see. What are his powers and abilities? Well, just like his son, he happens to use daggers as one of his main weapons. Ain't that ironic? Also, Il-hwan is probably the strongest hunter outside of Jin-Woo. His body wasn't adapted to his new powers that the rulers granted him, so it was kind of hard for him to contain all of his power. And spoiler warning here, when he overexerted himself, his body basically disintegrated, killing him. So what abilities did he get from the rulers? Well, the first thing he got was immense strength. His physical strength was so immense that when he fought Hunter Dong-soo, he beat the brakes off him so bad that that man, who was an S-rank hunter, had to sit out and recover for multiple months. That's just off raw strength alone. And Dong-soo is a top S-rank hunter. He's feared by most people in the verse. And along with that super strength, of course, he got immense speed. I feel like that just goes to say with any hunter at that level, basically. He also has an ability called stealth, something that we see Sung Jin-Woo use, which is an assassin type technique. This technique lets the user blend into their surroundings, making them physically and magically invisible. It's useful in battle, but it costs a lot of mana to use. Like, it costs 200 mana just to activate, and then it uses 10 mana per second after that point. But if there is a mage class hunter who has a detection ability, they can be spotted. Another one of his abilities, and one of the most prominent ones that he has, is Ruler's Authority, just like Sung Jin-Woo. At its base form, it's a telekinesis skill that is exclusively used by rulers and people who receive powers from the rulers. And if it is used at full power by a ruler, it's basically a black hole at that potency. And the last thing Il-hwan has is spiritual body manipulation. But yeah, this is Sung Jin-Woo's daddy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And let me know who else you guys want me to cover from the solo leveling universe.